Hi everybody, in this video we are going to talk about adding and subtracting numbers using a number line. The first number tells you where to start. So in this first example, the first number is -2, so we're going to start at -2. We'll just put a dot right there. Now we have to ask ourselves, which direction are we going to move, right or left? Well, in this case, we are adding a positive number. We're adding +3. So if you're adding a positive number, you move to the right. So let's just put an arrow over here indicating that we are about to move to the right. How many spaces to the right will we move? Well, the second number tells you how many spaces to move. The second number is 3, so that means we're going to move 3 spaces to the right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now notice that when I started counting, the next number over is what I counted as 1. 1, 2, 3. A lot of students count the starting number as 1. So they'll say 1, 2, 3, and then they'll end up in the wrong place. So it's the next number over that you count as 1. So the answer here also happens to be, just by coincidence, +1. So let's write that. And let's move on to the next example. 2 minus 3. Again, the first number tells us where to start. The first number is a 2, so we will start at +2 in this case. That's a +2. Now we are subtracting a positive number. So let's check our rules. If you are subtracting a positive number, you move to the left. How many spaces to the left? Well, the second number tells you how many spaces to move. We're going to move 3 spaces to the left. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and we landed on -1, so that is our answer. 2 minus 3 is equal to -1. Next example, 2 plus -3. The first number is +2, so we will start at +2. In this case, we are adding a negative. If you're adding a negative, you move to the left. So let's draw an arrow indicating that we are about to move to the left. How many spaces? The second number is -3. As far as how many spaces we're going to move, we only care about the absolute value though. So 3, we're going to move 3 spaces to the left. 1, 2, 3. And the answer to this problem is also -1. That's where we ended up on the number line. And the final example, -2 minus -3. The first number is -2, so that is where we will start. Let's put a dot right there. And in this case, we are subtracting a negative number. If you're subtracting a negative, you move to the right. Again, we're going to move 3 spaces to the right because the second number tells us how many spaces to move, and the absolute value of the second number anyway is 3. So let's count 1, 2, 3, and there we are. Our final answer is +1. Now, you might have noticed that some of these rules go together. For example, subtracting a negative is like adding a positive because in both situations we're moving to the right. And that's why these two sketches look the same. Also because we're starting in the same place for both of them, -2. But in both cases, we're moving 3 spaces to the right. So that's where what I like to call the rewriting rules come in. Whenever I see that I'm subtracting a negative, I like to circle the minus negative and just turn that into a plus, because -2 minus -3 is just like -2 plus 3. These two sketches are exactly the same. And similarly, adding a negative is just like subtracting a positive, because in both situations we are moving to the left. That's why these sketches look the same. And again, also because we're starting in the same place for both of them. So when I see that I'm adding a negative, I like to circle that as my other rewriting rule and write a minus there, because 2 plus -3 is just like 2 minus 3, in that in both cases we're starting at 2 and we're moving 3 spaces to the left. I'll give you some more examples of the rewriting rules in another video. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great day.